Hi everyone, this is a video to show mainly the people who are doing my Zoom class tonight who perhaps want to catch up. The Pretty Perennials bundle is what we're using, and they've all got a class kit. Some of them bought the bundle and got a discount on the class, and then some bought the stamp set and got a discount. So this is the stamp set that we're using, the Pretty Perennials stamp set, and it has a lovely set of dies to go with it, where you've got some dies that cut out the stamped images. This one cuts out a separate leaf, as you'll see, another separate leaf, other little bits and pieces, and quite a few dies in there that are really useful. Great stamp set. So I'll put those to one side. I'm going to go in order. So this is the stamp set. I've already done the stamping actually, but I just want to go through each card in turn. So you've got a white rectangle of cardstock like this in your kit, and you're going to need to be stamping 4 flowers. So this one goes with this card, as do those 2 of those in Magenta Madness. These 2 go with this card, where because this one was inked with a brayer or blending brushes with Blackberry Bliss, Gorgeous Grape and Coastal Cabana, I used a Coastal Cabana and a Gorgeous Grape card, but I'm going to be using Coastal Cabana with Polished Pink and Fresh Freesia, which is why I've done those 2 flowers for that card. And this one is for this card, and the colour that I've got is in Blushing Bride. Some of you got Coastal Cabana with Granny Apple Green accents. Some have got Granny Apple Green with Coastal Cabana accents, rather Bermuda Bay. This is Blackberry Bliss with Blushing Bride accents, because I used the Ombre Designer Series paper from Celebration, and some have got Blushing Bride with, actually no, it's not, it's Rococo Rose, not Blushing Bride, with Blackberry Bliss accents. So I've sort of swapped them all round. But anyway, let's just carry on. So those 2 flowers I've obviously done in different colours to this one. Though that I used Flirty Flamingo, but these 2 I've done in Rococo Rose, and then the large one in Blackberry Bliss. But I'll explain that when I get to it. So let's put that one away. So the first card I'm going to show you is the easiest. We had to do a quick and easy stamping card, simple stamping card. So all you've got is the Magenta Madness card base. You've got the basic black piece to put on, and you've got a sheet of basic white to do your basic stamping on. So you've got the large flower, you've got the medium flower. I recommend that you do your sentiment first. So whether it's sending lots of happy, whether it's happy mail, whether it's happy birthday, you make me happy, whichever one you choose, I would stamp that in either Memento Black, or if you've got Archival Black or Stays On, stamp that first. Then you stamp your large flower, one large flower, and you might want some scrap paper behind the piece of basic white. Then you stamp the medium flowers, and then you do the smaller flowers. I've chosen these colours. You could choose any colours you like to go with. That's Magenta Madness in the background. So that's the first simple stamping card that I'll actually stamp with you tonight. But for those that are missing the Zoom tonight, at least I've sent you photographs of this card. So that's that one. Then the next one I'm going to show you is this one. I've given you the black card base. I've given you a piece of basic white, which you'll stick inside the card, obviously evenly, like that. And then for the outside of the card, you've got a piece of Magenta Madness, which you can emboss with any embossing folder you like. I use the Painted Textures embossing folder from the Art Gallery suite. Absolutely love it. And then take this piece, which is going to go across about there, not in the middle, but sort of just slightly nearer to the top, and stamp your sentiment over this side. I did a happy birthday, happy in Memento, Black Memento, and the birthday in Magenta Madness. Obviously, if you want this a different colourway, then just use this piece of card for something else and put in Gorgeous Grape or whatever colour you want, and then you stamp that flower in the same colour. So I've done mine there. And then I've given you these pieces, which that die cut piece goes over the flower like that. This piece goes on the centre of the flower like that. And then you cut your leaf that I've given you, Granny Apple Green, cut it there. And you can cut those 2 apart as well. So have those 2 down there and 1 up there. And then I've also asked you to stamp 2 flowers, small flowers, which you're going to either cut out with scissors, or if you've got the dies, cut them out with the dies and put 1 there and 1 there. I put this one on dimensionals, and these two are stuck straight onto the cardstock. So that's that card for you, and I'll give you a bit more of a demonstration of that tonight, but hopefully you get the idea. Those of you that missed the Zoom class and are depending on the video, don't hesitate to contact me if you've got any questions. So that's that one, and then this is two colourways of this card. I'll just show you. It folds out like, oh, there's the other one. So there's the Granny Apple Green one, there's the Bermuda Bay one, that's Blackberry Bliss, and the one I'll show you is Rococo Rose. So it opens out like this, and I've given you these sparkly pieces to put down. These are stamped using, that's the outline stamp, and there is a filler stamp for that as well. There's the outline stamp, there's the filler stamp, there's the large stamp, and you're going to stamp two smaller flowers. So I've done Daffodil Delight for this one, Daffodil Delight for this one, and that's Coastal Cabana, but you could do Bermuda Bay. This one, Flirty Flamingo with Blackberry Bliss, and this one I've done Blackberry Bliss, but I've done two Rococo Rose. Okay, so that's going to be for this card. Putting it together, if I just put those out of the way, I have given you all the pieces here. So there's quite a few little pieces. So this is the Blackberry base little rectangles, and you put a Rococo Rose on like that, and those stick there, 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs as it were. This piece will go on there, and then you've got a long strip. You've got two, if you've got the Rococo Rose, you've got, sorry, that piece goes on there. You've got two long Blackberry Bliss strips which go there, and then these Rococo Rose will go there and one there. And then the white will stick to the Blackberry Bliss, and that will go there. It'll just stick so that you've got an even edge around the outside. And you're going to have your flower on there with the sparkly bit on top, and then you just put your leaves. I've sent you a photograph of the card. This is on dimensionals, and these two are on dimensionals. I'll just give you a closer look at that. So if you just see, you've got your two long strips, the larger and the smaller, one there and one there. Your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces might be the other way around if you've got the Rococo Rose card base. This is the square with an even amount around it. This big flower is on dimensionals, and then you can tuck the leaves. Again, cut the leaves so you've got 3 underneath, and I've given you 2 small leaves for these medium flowers. And then it's up to you where you stamp the other flowers. I've put a little sprig there that's in the stamp set because I haven't used it before, so I thought it'd be a nice thing to use it. I've stamped a flower up there, one there, one there, and one there, and I've decided on Happy Birthday. But the other thing you've got to bear in mind is you might want to draw a pencil mark there and there and there and there, so that when you're stamping your Happy Birthday, it's covered when the card is closed. So when you open it, it's revealed. So if I was doing this one, for example, I would put my base down like that so that it's even around the edges. And then I would draw a line with a pencil, and then I would know where to stamp my greeting, my Happy Birthday, and so on. Okay, so that's that card. Quite a few little bits with that card, so I'll just put all the pieces back. Again, I'll give you more of a demonstration this evening because we'll have more time, but hopefully this will give you the idea. So I'll just put that back in its pocket. And that one is sorted. Okay, and then the last one, I am going to give you a little demonstration. Just put that back in as well. So this is the last one. And this one, I'm going to use blending brushes this time. So I'll just put those out of the way. And these two flowers will be for, these two flowers will be for this one. But first of all, I'm going to take this and see, hopefully I thought I had some scrap paper, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over. Such a nice clean sheet of paper. I'm going to use this one to do it. So I've got my 3 colours, and I've deliberately given you a black background for this so that you can choose for this what 3 colours you want to blend. So I have 6 blending brushes. I have one for blues and greens, one for pinks and reds, one for purples, I have one for yellows and oranges, one for neutrals, and then a spare one for whatever what. But a cloth like this, a microfiber cloth, is really useful for cleaning them off. And the excess ink will come off. I mean, you can wash them and leave them to dry, but these microfiber cloths are excellent for cleaning them. So I'm just going to get my silicone mat. I find a silicone mat is really good for using for inking. It's got a bit of gold on it there, but there we go. So I'm starting with the Coastal Cabana, and then I'm going to do the Fresh Freesia. And whoops, here I've got the polished pink, so I'll just get that ready for me. Okay, I'm going to sit down for this one. Right, so Coastal Cabana first of all. So just take, I don't know if you can see what, yeah, you can see what I'm doing. So I start off the mat and then come on like this. So you could use a brayer if you want. I think sometimes you get a smoother effect with a brayer. And then I just, again, I might not be doing it the best that I would normally do it, because I'm obviously not wanting to take up too much time, but you just layer the ink, and I'm going to bring it a little bit further down. And now I'm going to go for the Fresh Freesia. And it's amazing, this technique, because you just never know quite what it's going to turn out like. And now if I just go over the Coastal Cabana, it's interesting to see how it reacts with the Coastal Cabana ink. It's quite nice to have a bit of overlay. And I'll go back over the Coastal Cabana in a moment, just to blend it in. And then I'm taking the polished pink, which I've not used with the blending brushes before, so I don't know how it's going to come out. Oh, this is going to be nice and vibrant, this one. Wow. I like that. I like that a lot. It's really almost fluorescent at the bottom, actually. It's incredible. Wow. What a lovely bright colour. And I didn't know what that was going to turn out like. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a little bit more of the Coastal Cabana here and see what happens. Okay. And perhaps I want a little bit more of the Fresh Freesia. So you can kind of play with it as much as you like. So that's that. And then you might wonder, how did I get the drops on it? Well, I'm just going to go and get one of my aqua painters, which I forgot to bring with me. Can you see those spots? Those are done with the aqua painters. So hopefully I've got one with water in, which I think I have. So I just have to get some water down into the barrel. And if you just watch, and you should see, if I just get it down. And if I just drop it on, and quite probably wouldn't always have as much as that, but can you see how it's reacting with the water-based ink and getting these lovely sort of splodges? You could use Wink of Stella if you wanted to as well, to get some nice splodges over. And you can either leave that to dry, or you can just grab a paper towel, and I haven't got one handy, so I'm just going to use this. Just put that microfiber cloth over, just so that it dries more quickly, because I don't want the cardstock to pill. So that's quite interesting, because I've sort of gone like that around the outside. So a bit different to this one, as you can see. I'd probably dry it with a heat gun before I stamped the Sending Lots of Happy. And I think that because I've used water on this, I would actually stamp the sentiment, whichever one I chose to use, in either StazOn or black archival ink. I guess VersaFine would have a similar effect, but not water-based ink, so not Memento, because you don't want it to sort of seep into the cardstock and look a bit dull. You want a nice sharp sentiment. So that's that one. So there we go. So obviously these two are on dimensionals. Again, I've cut the leaves up to sort of just stick them in. I've given you these two black pieces. I'll just show you. These will go over the... so obviously you'll have your sentiment here, you'll have your two flowers here, like there and there. You can put them wherever you like, actually. You can choose where you put them. And then the leaves, this will be cut there and there and there, and you'll just stick the leaves in. And there's your card, done and dusted. So I hope you enjoy doing this class and having fun playing with ink and flicking water all over your work to make it look, I think, spectacular. So let me know if you have any questions. If you're interested in my online Zoom classes, which I do every other week, then please email me at fhstafford7@gmail.com to ask about them. I do post them in the kit if you want me to. There's an extra there, usually £10 for a kit plus postage, or you can collect them from my house. And every other week I do a Stamp and Chat Zoom meeting, which is free, where I demonstrate a technique or a product. So looking forward to seeing some of you later on. Goodbye.